Well, let me say this first of all. Sometimes, I have never been, and I'm not now a fan of some of the people at the NCAA, but I will tell you this: for the NCAA to have the rules set up and the legislation that's passed, and they get this to a point that the portal would be open before the tournament ends. To
Yeah.
me, sometimes you got to say to yourself, who in the absolute world is making these goofy decisions? Like it's some things are easy, and sometimes we make easy things hard. But the fact that Alabama and Auburn and everybody else, their assistant coaches are on the phone right now reaching out to, and you have to, because you don't want to be late to the party. If there's a great player, and you look at Alabama's roster right now, Mark Sears, Grant Nelson, there's a handful of other guys as well.
Yep.
You can't be asleep at the wheel and say, okay, we'll call you in 2 weeks. So you've got to do it. If you're a coach, you've got to get involved. You got to reach out to these guys. And it blows my mind that coaches are having to deal with this. These 16 coaching staffs that are still involved in playing, that they're involved with this. And overall, let me just say this. I think that, again, the NCAA, and people need to understand there's always a lawsuit looming to them. Yeah. There's lawsuits. They're probably more sued than anybody other than Donald Trump. It's unbelievable how many times people sue the NCAA. But a lot of times their decisions are based on whether they feel that they can win or lose a lawsuit.
Right.
But right now, that the fact that players can get paid is wonderful. But with no contracts, with no, in the NBA or NFL or baseball, there's salary caps.
Yeah.
It's transparent. The whole world knows what your contract is. If you're a player playing for the Los Angeles Lakers and you sign a 3-year, $10 million deal, well, one, you're locked in for 3, and 2, everybody knows what it is.
Right.
And the NCAA, they have got to figure out, the people in charge, how to put some guardrails up and get the NIL out of recruiting, because it's, as long as it's involved in recruiting, it is pay for play. These guys are pros, professionals. They need to quit clowning around and acting like the student athlete is important to them. It's not.
Right.
And they got to figure out how to do it, because it's not the environment that I don't think anybody wants. Coaches want to see players get paid. They're fine with it. But you look around right now too, and you see all these really good players that are playing at, maybe high mid-major schools, and maybe they're not the elite SEC, Big Ten, ACC, but really, really good players that just leave their program no matter what. They're just out. And I don't like it like that. I think they got to figure out how to fix all this.